Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. I wanted to talk to you about a project that I'm really excited about. I think it's going to do really well in the next bull run. The project is called Quant. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. The token is QNT. And what they are is they're not actually like another blockchain like some of the other projects. And they're not like a gaming project or NFT project. They're like a financial overledger project that basically they have this new software that they've developed, and it's going to blanket over all of the blockchains and like lock them together so you can do transactions through multiple blockchains for some of these larger corporations that want to possibly get involved in the crypto space in the future. And it makes it easier for them to use the blockchain without actually having to develop any kind of technology themselves or be too familiar with the technology themselves. The CEO, Gilbert Verdian, he's got like over 20 years of experience in cybersecurity, and he has a lot of experience in blockchain. He's hired pretty much some of the top people in their fields to build this project with him, and what they're doing is absolutely amazing. There really is no other project out there doing what Quant is doing. They're kind of like the Google of this space starting out, and it's going to be really interesting to see what they develop and how big this project becomes. I think it could be really huge. They're tying in all of these different blockchains together, and the clients, all they really have to do is pretty much lease the software for them for their services, and then they can use the blockchain for any payments or transactions and sell the stuff through the network without having to have like their own dedicated IT team to learn blockchain. So it really is helpful for them. And what they do is they do a contract with Quant for, I think it's a 12-month contract, and then they pay them in US dollars or euros or whatever they're using, and they can then Quant turns around and the team buys the Quant tokens with those funds and locks them up for a period of time. I think it's like 12 months, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But they do lock up the tokens for a long period of time during that contract. And then as their contract is ending, they'll likely renew and then lock up tokens again for an extended period of time. So those tokens get taken out of the circulation, and the circulating supply on this one is like really low. It's only, I think it's like 15, less than 15 million, 14.6 million, and is the total supply. And then the circulating supply is already 14.5 million. So pretty much like 90 some percent of the supply is already in circulation. So you don't have to worry about like some of these other projects where they have only 10 or 20% or 30% of the supply in circulation, and then they're dumping tokens, the team's dumping tokens into the market all the time to get extra funding. Not with these guys. These guys are legitimate business owners, and they already have other large capital ventures that they've done. So they have lots of funding, and they don't need to dip into the quant funds to survive and make it through tough markets like we have right now, like some of the other projects do. I see a lot of these projects where they'll have like 20, 30, 40, even 50%, some of them just ridiculous amounts of the tokens set aside for the team. And the team will keep selling their tokens throughout these bear markets and stuff and dumping the coin price lower because they need funding, and that's the only way they can usually get it. So it's nice to be involved in a project that isn't going to be doing that. Um, these guys are building for the long term. Right now, today's price for the token, when I'm making this video, it's April 26, 2023. The price is at $113 right now. I've been accumulating this anywhere under $120 as much as I can. I've grabbed some, I think just like $104, $107 or something, and I just keep buying it every few weeks as much as I can afford. I'll try to buy like 1.1 or 1.5 quant every couple weeks if I can, and sometimes that's just not doable. But when I get extra funds, I definitely buy a couple when I can, with if the price is lower. it's already been up to like 200 and some dollars in this bear market. So these prices right now are really good. And this is just what I'm doing, guys. My outlook on this project is I think realistically Quant could do 1,500 to 2,500 in the upcoming bull run. Now, obviously, that's not guaranteed. This is just my opinion on what I think it could do, and that's why I'm investing in it. I could easily seeing it doing 3 to 5,000 also, but I'm not getting my hopes up for that amount. Some people are calling for like a $10,000 quant in 2025. I don't think that's a realistic number for quant to reach. The market cap would have to be significantly high to do that. It's not going to flip Ethereum or Bitcoin or anything like that in the near future. And being an altcoin, you just have to be realistic with some of the expectations for your tokens in the bull run. And my strategy on this one is to buy as much as I can between now and the halving next year in 2024. And then once the token starts getting up around $900 or $1,000, I'll start selling in chunks and maybe sell 10% at like 900 or 950 or something. And then as it gets over $1,000, maybe every $100 or $2, sell a couple more here and there. And the key here, guys, is you're not going to catch the top of the market. You don't know when you're going to have the actual peak. So you got to be careful and sell on the way up, like I keep saying, and just don't try to time the market. When you're in a profit of 10x, you should definitely pull out 10% at least, if not 20% of your tokens, so you can lock in some gains, or at least lock in for sure what you invested originally. So everything that you've got going forward is all profit, so you have nothing to lose at that point. So just be careful going forward when you start seeing some of these crazy gains happen. Don't keep thinking, oh, it's going to keep going higher, it's going to keep going higher, it's going to keep going higher, because that may not happen. I've been stuck a few times with other projects thinking that they were going to go higher, and they just didn't. You just never know what the market's going to do. But I definitely recommend Quant. This is not financial advice by any means. I think there's a lot of other people that I know, a lot of my friends are buying Quant as well, and for the same reasons I am. We think it's going to do really well with the technology that they've got. And I'd like to hear from you guys what you think of Quant. If you could put some comments in the chat below this video and let me know what you think of Quant, and if you're buying it or not, if you plan on buying it, and what you think the price prediction could be for late 2024, early 2025. What I'm going to try to do with this one is I have a really long-term strategy with this one, and hopefully we get at least another solid bull run next year, and also in 2029. It really depends on what kind of regulation we get here in the US and how it's going to affect the market. But if everything goes well, my plan is I'd like to get enough quant to where maybe I can sell, and like if I get 25 or 30 of them or 50 of them, whatever it is, and then sell on the way up this next coming bull run, and then wait for the market to crash in the next bear market, use those funds to buy back into Quant for 2029, 2030, because I think in around that second bull market that's coming up after this one, I do see Quant hitting 5 digits in the $10,000 range if they're really able to build what they've been claiming that they're doing. And that's kind of my strategy for this one. I think it could really do well in the future, and that it's a solid long-term project. But I'm not the kind of person that believes in just holding anymore. I learned my lesson from the last bull run that when the prices are high, it's time to sell, because the market is going to have a good correction, and you can buy back in with those profits later and purchase more tokens with that for the next time that we get a bull market. And at some point, though, I think we're going to get some heavy regulation in the market, and the bigger investors and corporations are going to get involved, and they're going to buy into this, and they're going to stop a lot of this volatility, and it'll be similar to more like a stock market where there's some volatility, but you won't have these huge corrections like you're seeing now with like Bitcoin dropping 60-70% in a bear market. I'm thinking by 2030 a lot of that's going to be gone. So take advantage of this now, guys, and let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you like this video. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll be talking to you soon.